If things feel hard right now, I want you to know that this is good. Because how you respond to this hardship is where you can get personal growth. And if you've been around my channel, you know it's all about self-development. It's to reach your highest potential. So when things are hard, this is something you should embrace because this is a huge opportunity for you to evolve as a human being. Isn't that what you want? You might not want to have hardship. It doesn't feel good to feel things that feel hard. And it's normal. Don't feel bad for that. But how you respond, what an opportunity for you to level up. And I want you to have the power to feel like you have the courage and to feel like you can believe in yourself that overcoming that will make you a stronger human being. Whatever your aspirations are, whatever the goals you're trying to achieve, just know when things are hard, you should feel excited because most people feel the same thing that you do. But what do most people do? They quit. And that's why the average stays average, because they cannot overcome that hardship. But if you want to be different, if you want to be built different, you have to find a way to overcome that. And there is always a way. If you believe that there is always a way, you will always find a way. I really like this saying from Alex Hormozy. It's like, you have to shift your narrative from, oh, poor me, to, oh, poor everyone else that will have to go through this, because I know that I'm built different. That's not what he said, but that's what I'm adding to it. I'm built different and they're staying average because I'm meant for more. You have to believe in yourself. When you say those things, you have to embrace it. And especially if you're in the beginning stage, that's when it's going to feel the hardest. Because no one really roots for you at the beginning, or at least when they root for you, they want you to do well, but never better than them. So then when you start doing a little bit better than them, they will always try to pull you down already. So that initial phase of your improvement in whatever area in your life will feel very lonely because you're trying to step into this newer version of yourself, yet the other version of yourself, the environment, the people around you, the circumstances are all trying to hold you back. That resistance is felt from everyone that's trying to change. Just know that it's normal and that you're not alone in feeling this. I know you might feel very alone, but that's what I feel. That's what everyone else on this YouTube channel feels when they're starting to improve themselves and they feel lonely. That is normal. So just feel less lonely knowing that you are lonely. What a paradox. Woo. And what's really crazy is that at the beginning, what is really hard, it's not because after that you won't face any hardship, because you will always have problems along the way. Whatever you want for yourself, you're always going to try to level up because you're never going to try to peak. You don't want to peak, right? You always want to keep improving, keep evolving. That's wonderful. We're human beings for a reason. And when you are on this journey, it's going to keep having problems coming thrown at you. But the thing is, as you level up, you will have more resources. But now just because you're in the beginning stage, it's tough because you don't have the people around you. You don't have the money to have tons of people do the work for you. So you have to do everything. And you're the one that has to put in the work to learn the new skills. You're the one that has to understand how to set up a newsletter, how to start a YouTube channel, how to edit, how to set up your passive income stream, how to do your thumbnails, whatever I'm giving you examples because that's the things that I had to go through. But whatever you're trying to do, you're going to have to learn a lot on your own because no one's going to give you their time for free. But you don't have that money. You don't have the resources, the connections yet. So you're going to have to trade a lot of your time, and it's going to be a lot of effort, and it's going to be a lot of late nights and early mornings. And it's going to be a lot of sacrifice. So it's going to feel really hard at the beginning. But once you go past that initial stage, you will start to have momentum, you'll start to have traction, you'll have more opportunities come to you, and then you'll be able to have more of a team and people that help you, and you will keep having problems, but the resources change. You have leveled up your resources, more money, more people, more connections. You're always going to have problems, but it's how you respond to it that defines who you are. And that is the point of personal growth. It's being able to deal with problems. And to me, that is what success is. So success is the ability to deal with money problems, relationship problems, mental health problems, having the opportunity to deal with those with grace. That is success to me. And you only achieve that level of success if you get out of your comfort zone and you do the hard stuff. Because if not, you can do what's easy, but you're always going to stay average or below. You're never going to level up. And that's not what you want, because you're on my channel for a fucking reason, because you want to level up and you want to be that higher version of yourself. But it starts by embracing the suck. I learned that in college when I went to West Virginia University. That was one of the mantras, embrace the suck. And that growth comes from discomfort. And be comfortable being uncomfortable. Those were all mantras that were ingrained as the culture. And you have to have your own personal mantras for your life. What are things that keep you going? I have one simple one, is just do it. I know it's very cliche because it's Nike and I'm a professional athlete, but the just do it really resonates with me, because sometimes I overthink everything, or I'm just paralyzed and I'm not doing anything. And I realize I will just feel better if I just do it. So I'm just like, just do it. Have these little mantras for your life that really push you to get forward. Feel connected to that. Use them as fuel. Every little glimpse of energy that can be fed into you, hold on to that, because you're going to be alone, especially in the beginning. So anything that comes your way that can propel you forward, take those in. They are gifts. They are signs that you're on the right path. If there's one piece of advice that I want you to start working on your self-development journey, is to be comfortable being alone. You have to find some sort of peace with being alone. At the end of the day, you're the only person living with yourself. And with the world that we live in today, it is so easy that when we're by ourselves to distract ourselves with social media, with TV, with video games, with FaceTime. We are so uncomfortable being by ourselves because we don't know who we are. We don't know what we stand for. We don't know what our beliefs are. We don't know our values. And when we have none of the distractions around us, we almost feel uncomfortable, and we feel like we're literally living with a stranger because we don't know who we are. Prioritize being by yourself. One of the biggest changes in my life is that I have gone from an extrovert to an introvert, and now I'm both, but I'll go back to that. Growing up, I was a huge extrovert. I loved making people laugh. I loved getting the validation from having the attention. I wasn't necessarily like a pick-me girl, but I just liked making people feel good around me, and I was very extroverted. But then when I went to college, I realized that whatever I was doing from now on, now that I was entering adulthood, that it really had a big impact on my future. And I just knew that I had to change. I just knew that I had to be a different person. So I decided that I was going to commit to becoming an introvert. I know it sounds funny, but I just knew that if I just chose to change my identity, I could change. And it was easy because I changed my environment. So that's just a hack, that if you want to change, changing your environment is one of the biggest things that can help you change. Because when I went to college, I didn't know anyone. So no one knew I was an extrovert. So when I got to college, I decided I wanted to be an introvert and I wanted to get straight A's. So I was like, I need to get good grades, I need to study, and I need to have my priorities straight. There's a part of me that knew that being able to be successful was having the courage to face who you are and embrace who you are. Because success is not a commodity. Success is not something that can be purchased and can be the same. Success is something that is very unique. And the most unique thing that you have is yourself. So I knew that if I got to know who I am, that would be a way for me to become successful. So focused on being introverted, on being with my own thoughts, on not letting other people distract me from understanding myself. So along the journey, obviously, there's a lot of learnings I've had, and I realized that being an introvert wasn't the solution. The solution was I needed to be flexible in whoever I needed to be in that moment. So sometimes I do need to be extroverted. Sometimes I do need to be introverted. I am both. I am not limiting myself. But this is something I came to the conclusion much, much, much later. But there was a period that was necessary for me to be alone. This is what I'm getting at. There is a period of your life that is extremely necessary for you to be almost lonely on this chapter, and just know that that's a sign you're on the right track. No one becomes the highest version of themselves by partying, by scrolling through social media, by self-medicating. No one achieves their dreams by escaping their traumas and their realities, because the people that looks like they have the dream life, some of them are very miserable because they have not faced their traumas. So don't be fooled by people that look successful, that have the cars, the money, the fame. A lot of them are suffering deeply. If you truly want to be successful, you have to be comfortable with who you are. And if you're comfortable with who you are, whatever mission, purpose, goals you want to achieve for is going to feel fulfilling because you're doing it with yourself, your best friend. You have to treat yourself like you are someone that you love. Treat yourself with respect. For some reason, we try to escape and neglect who we are and take care of ourselves because we're not proud of things we've done in the past. Accept that you were not perfect. Accept that you've made mistakes. And you know what would be respectable, what would give you self-respect, is if you face your past, you have the courage to look at yourself and learn from what you've done. You can only win if you work on yourself. You'll only lose if you escape. So just trust that this lonely chapter is exactly what you need to do. It's exactly what you need to feel. And you're not that lonely because I get it and I've been there with you, and just know that this is going to be worth it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have the courage to feel your wounds so you can heal those wounds and take ownership of your life. The moment you start leading your life, you will teach others to lead their life, and we're going to make the world a better place together. So I give you the courage. I believe in you, but most importantly, I hope you believe in yourself. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next day or so in a new video. Mwah.